If you talk about sporty SUVs, the first brand that comes into your mind is Alfa Romeo. Not, but that's what they want, and this is why they brought the new Stelvio, the first Alfa Romeo SUV. And this is the car we drive today. Our car features the 210 brake horsepower diesel engine, and that offers a maximum torque output of 470 Newton meters. This is combined with the 8-speed automatic, of course, and that really is a very nice package. That the car is quite powerful and it's still very quiet. We do have the different drive modes on board with this car as standard, so we have the so-called DNA. And if you switch from standard to sport, the complete characteristic of the car is changing. Even gear shifting is a lot quicker then. The drive of the car, in one word, is precise, which means we do have a very direct, very precise steering on board, and the suspension is quite stiff but still comfortable. And even if you drive turns quite quick, you still feel more than safe.
The design of the Stelvio strongly reminds of the Alfa Romeo Giulia. With a length of nearly 4,17 meters and a height of under 1.7 meters combined with a width of about 1.9 meters, the Stelvio looks solid on the road. The front is dominated by the so-called Scudetto and the wide air intakes. The flat bike xenon headlights emphasizing the ever look, well known from the Giulia. The three-dimensional side view is very sporty. Thanks to the long bonnet and the dropping roofline, the Stelvio looks almost like a coupe. The rear offers a good impression of the strongly pronounced shoulders of the first SUV in the history of Alfa Romeo. The flat rear window, the curved taillights as well as the distinctive tailpipes and the diffuser are quite eye-catching too. Unfortunately, I had no opportunity to drive the Alfa SUV off-road. Nevertheless, thanks to the heavy snow, I was able to convince myself of the quality of the Q4 all-wheel drive on the road.
The interior of the Stelvio looks pretty much the same, or to be honest, exactly the same as the interior of the Giulia, but the seats are different. Of course, we sit higher because this is an SUV, but these seats here, they really give you loads of support, so you don't have to do any. You really fit perfectly into the seat. We do find the same 8.8-inch screen here for the infotainment system. It's black and black, which I think looks very nice. And we do find, of course, the same materials. We do have some wooden parts, and we do have the same craftsmanship as with the Giulia. With the steering wheel we do have, I think it's a bit of a pity because that's black in black, so tone in tone. And I think something red or something colorful would be great for this, just to give him a bit of a fresh design. The surround view of the Stelvio is quite nice regarding to the front and the sides, but if it comes to the rear, this car has a bit of a coupe shape, so this means we have a very flat rear window, and so I would suggest whenever you go backwards, you better use the rear view camera and the parking sensors. But to be honest, Alfa offers a rear cross traffic alert for the car, which makes pulling out of a parking plot backwards a lot easier and more safe. The Stelvio offers plenty of space. Even a tall driver like me, I'm nearly 2 meters high, will find plenty of space and will drive the car very comfortable. And there is still space behind me. And if there would be a standard person in the driver's seat, there's plenty of space for passengers. The boot size is 525 liters with the seats up. And if you fold down the rear seats, that increases up to 1,600 liters. Gear shifting at the Stelvio will always work with the 8-speed automatic gearbox. The cars that come to the market now, they will all have the Q4 all-wheel drive system of Alfa Romeo on board. Very important here is the Stelvio is a rear-driven car, and the all-wheel system only gives power to the front axle when needed. But later the year, they're going to be pure rear-powered cars as well. Alfa Romeo offers for the new Stelvio 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel engines with an output between 180 and 210 horsepower. On top of this, we do have 4-cylinder 2-liter petrol engines with an output between 200 and 280 horsepower. Later the year, there will be the top version, which is the Quadrofolgio, and that offers 510 horsepower out of 6 cylinders. That was our first review with a new Alfa Romeo Stelvio. The so-called first edition will start in Germany at 56,000 euros, so it's not a real bargain, but there are cheaper trim levels available. And I think the cheapest, the entrance model, will be at about 40,000. But to be honest, this is a pure Alfa Romeo, even though it's their first SUV. And I think for a real Alfa fan, this is the first choice regarding to SUVs.